Fix your shit, Nick.
You talk like a fag, and your shit's
Boys
all
ready for your
retarded.
cock meat sandwich?
Fix your shit, Nick.
See this? That means not welcome.
To be honest with you, there are a lot of gay guests
Fuck her
on
right
this
in the
show,
pussy.
but it ain't none of your damn
Fuck her
business
right in the
that they're
pussy.
gay.
Ooh, oh yeah. Okay. Are we on?
Mm-hmm.
I could switch off of this. Okay. Oh yeah. Man, this is a good way to go into the podcast. This is fun. This is nice, soothing. We're gonna be talking about some light stuff today. You know, it's been kind of a slow news week. You know.
I don't watch the news.
You don't watch.
I don't watch television.
Yeah.
Because television is for losers.
It's for.
You know who watches television? People who watch The Bear.
Oh.
Fix your shit, Nick.
Someone was telling me to watch The Bear. They're like, it gets better. No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. The more you watch it, the more it becomes unbearable.
Lady driver.
What they should have done, they should have ended season 2 with Carmi with a pistol in his mouth. Should have had the gun in his mouth, and it would have ended like Sopranos, where it just goes black. But everyone knows that his brains are splattered against the walk-in, like where the tomatoes are at.
Yeah.
They put tomatoes in the
You
fridge.
mean the walk-in that he wasn't able to open, even though all walk-ins are able to open from the inside, even if they're
Yeah.
locked from the outside?
Yeah, if the doorknob just kind of falls apart. That's the most unbelievable thing on that show.
Even if it fell apart, you'd still be able to open the door.
Yeah. It doesn't just lock you in. Like, who thought that was a good idea?
A screenwriter who doesn't know how walk-in doors work.
Oh, God. Yeah. I fucking hate that show so bad. It's so bad. Like, every time someone talks about it, I'm not a big commenter online, but that one, I definitely... Also, I
They
can't...
should rename that show. They should call it...
Yep, that's a good one. Yeah, I also can't comment on anything on Twitter because I got suspended on Twitter. I just told someone to like let Joe Biden die with dignity. That's the nicest thing I've ever said about Joe Biden. But that's the old Elon Musk that everyone's worshiping.
You can't. Don't get my house raided, please.
Fuck that guy. I don't like Elon Musk. Like people pretend he's like this warrior of free speech, but he also wants to put Neuralink in your brain. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing? What are we doing? That's retarded.
You could choose to put Neuralink in your brain.
Oh man, have you seen the Dave Rubin cartoon? It's called.
That sounds terrible.
It's
like
as worse.
I'd ever watch.
It's as worse as you can even imagine. It's like this old guy. His name's Norm because he's the old Norm, and then like his daughter is like a gender non-binary or some horseshit like that. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's so bad. I'm surprised I didn't put this in the show notes because it's so fucking bad. I didn't want to go too far into it because I saw Red Bar breaking it down. I was like, it's already been done, so it's not like we can go in there and watch. I think it's called The New Norm.
No, I have a segment on my show called Somebody Make This Movie. I'm gonna start a new one right now called Somebody Make This TV Show.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
And it's gonna be a remake of Three's Company.
I like that. That's your intro to that segment.
It's gonna be a remake of Three's Company, but it'll be two straight guys, and then one gay guy.
Okay.
And the one gay guy will be the Jack Tripper character.
Yes.
And it'll be just like Jack Tripper, except he's trying to just fuck dudes all the time. And he's making like cock jokes and be like, "Oh, those pants are looking pretty tight." And his friend Larry is also gay. and then the Suzanne Summers and the brown hair lady.
Yeah.
They'll just be two really boring, uninteresting actors. Who's really boring and uninteresting? Like John Bernthal, just
It's
devoid of talent, emotion, and then get have Haley Joel Osment bleach his hair and take Ozempic for 2 years, and then he can play the Suzanne Summers character.
Yeah, and like
And everyone thinks he's hot and is always hitting on him, but he's just Haley Joel Osment with bleach blonde Ric Flair hair and like emaciated like Jonah Hill. Ladies and gentlemen, Three's Company.
Fucking right in the pussy.
Fix your shit, Nick.
It's perfect for
Talk
today.
Like a fag.
It's just perfect for
Talk
today.
Like a fag.
Every time I talk, you talk like a fag. But yeah.
Thank you, Womb Raider. Joyce DeWitt.
Oh, Jason. Oh, okay. Elon is not a good guy. No, he's not a good guy. I'm reading the comments on my phone that's about to die. But yeah. So this week we had the attempted assassination of our Donald Trump, our fucking king over here. Like they try to shoot him, but he was talking about the Mexicans and the immigrants. He was talking about the immigrants, not the Mexicans, because the ones that are coming over here are mainly terrorists. So when you watch the video, like start playing the video, because I want just so we have context to this. So Adam's he's gonna switch over to his screen.
What is it? The assassination video?
Yeah, well, the attempted assassination video. Like, do we have the official one yet? Like, there's a bunch of like MSNBC like horseshit.
I mean, this is official, right? Isn't
Yes.
this official?
Oh, I like the music. So that's the shot right there, where they try to shoot Trump. But when he's talking about, like, he's looking at a sign, and he's looking at this sign about all the immigrants coming into. He was talking about the failed policy of like Joe Biden and Mayorkas and all those guys.
Yeah.
He has this chart, and he kind of like turned his head like that. Right when he turned his head, that's when the bullets rang out, or the bullet rang out and shot him in the ear. So this dude was, and this is, I know people that are going to listen to this or live in the chats listen to this. You've all heard this. It's been said by a million podcasts. Like, people showed up. They what was it? A couple of nights ago, were like, emergency podcast.
I know, how embarrassing. An emergency podcast.
Just wait.
Like, what are you, the news?
Yeah, everyone's taking themselves way too serious about all this shit. Like, oh, what did the drinking bros say about the assassination? Like,
what did they say?
I don't know, but they had Tim Kennedy on there, and then the Robert O'Neill, the guy that claims he killed Osama bin Laden, the guy, the fake killer of Osama bin Laden.
He killed Osama bin Laden, like the 9/11 Osama bin Laden.
Osama bin Laden, more like it. He didn't. He claimed he killed Osama bin Laden. Osama bin Laden was not killed by him. He was already dead. It's already, like, yeah. Or he's still alive. Maybe
like someone else shot him, or he's like been dead from.
No, actually, he's not dead. I take that back. He's still alive.
Like kidney failure or something. He had some disease. He was on a dialysis machine or something.
It might have been. Yeah, because he was on dialysis. He was already dying. And then you went over there and just raided his house, allegedly, and shot the guy, and then threw him into the ocean. Yeah, you just threw him in the ocean. Like, there's no proof. Like, you should have been able to just cut his head off and, like, I'm keeping the head. We'll throw the rest of the body in there in the ocean.
But no one would have believed that the head was real.
That's true. That is true.
They're like, how do we know? That could just be some guy.
Yeah.
They're like, that could be Serge Tarkarian from System of a Down.
Fix your shit, Nick.
Womb Raider says, O'Neal can't get his story straight. Oh, yeah, I want to know. What I don't know a lot about him fucking his story up. That's funny.
You like watching people get fucked for free?
Yeah, the whole thing with his body just disappearing, or not disappearing, we threw it in the ocean. We're like, we had to respect their Muslim ways.
Is that a Muslim thing?
Yeah, I think so.
I heard people say that. I don't know if that's true.
I don't know if it's true or not
I've
either.
never heard of that.
If I've heard it, but I don't know how true it is.
So
I don't know Muslims.
how many Muslims are just on the bottom of the at the bottom of the ocean?
Why are we throwing Muslims? Like, yeah.
I don't even know what the that means. That's the most retarded I ever heard. Mentally. That's mentally retarded as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, seriously. It seems like that would be an issue. Like, like the great trash fucking island thing that's just plastic and shit in the ocean.
Yeah.
Is it just filled with fucking Muslims all contorted up in pool fucking pool furniture and
Yeah, the ocean.
it should just be filled with fucking bloated dead Muslims, right?
Yeah, dead Muslims.
I've never heard of that. Or is it reserved for special?
Maybe special ones go in the ocean. They live in the desert. How would they throw them in the ocean?
I mean, there's oceans.
I would assume they throw them in, like they set
You're
them on
in the
fire.
desert and you
like,
walk long enough, you'll find an ocean.
That's true.
Have you ever read the Bible?
Kind of, yeah. I've been going to church, so
You rollerblading faggot.
yeah. But so the story, like I was saying, like everyone's already heard this. Like if he turned his head a little bit, his head would have got blown off, or not blown. Like his might have. Like what would it was a rifle, so it was like a .223 caliber rifle, like a bullet. So that would have, and it was from allegedly it was from this rooftop.
Yeah, he had a 100 bullet clip.
Yeah, yeah. It just yeah. So it would have killed him right away, regardless, because it killed the guy behind him, regardless. Like all the people there. The conspiracy world is very split on this.
Well, the thing is, it missed.
Yeah.
There's an old saying, close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yes.
So, it's like a miracle it missed. It's like the guy's just not that good of a shot.
Yeah.
He was in a fixed position shooting at a target that was in a fixed position.
Yeah.
And he missed. Mm-hmm. It's that simple.
It's hard to be a sniper. It's fucking really hard.
That's the thing. He was not a sniper. He's
No.
just some guy with a rifle who missed.
Didn't he not have a scope also?
No, he just had plain iron sights.
Yeah, that's
from what I hear.
bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. There's no way.
It's probably why he missed.
Yeah.
See, no one. It's easy.
Yeah.
This is very easy. Everyone thinks there's
If he didn't have a scope, he would have fucking. He couldn't hit.
Cant on the angle of the roof. It's like no. It's a guy who was lucky to even hit his ear.
Yeah.
It's just that easy. There's nothing beyond that.
I just don't think this is why, and I'm gonna get into it in a second about. So everything right now is with people. There's even people on the left, like people that I know that are on the left. They didn't like when it first happened. They're like posting stuff online, like, "Oh, it's how come no one's running away?" Or how like why like it's there was not really shooting there. That's what people were saying in the beginning. They didn't believe that there was a shooting, and then they find out that this guy, he was like a fireman. He died. There's actual video of the guy dying. Like he's like hunched over. Like how the fuck do you explain that? So a guy really died.
Well, yeah, one person got shot.
Yeah.
And died. Well, a couple of people got shot, but one guy got hit and it killed him.
Yeah. So he got hit by it. That's like the funny thing with like Marco Rubio, where like Jesus saved Trump, but a fucking guys. We're like, what about the guy in the back? Like that guy, Jesus didn't care about that guy, but Trump. I guess Trump's more important than that guy.
Guy's not running for president.
Yeah, the United States. One's a little more important.
Yeah, that guy just was unlucky.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it's
fucking tragic.
Yeah, it's sad, but
But like,
but I that's the thing. It's like no one's like, oh, how did he hit that random guy in the crowd? That's amazing. That must be insane marksmanship. And then but at the same time, they can also hold the idea in their head. It's just like, oh, Trump moved his head faster than a bullet. It's just, shut up. The guy missed. He was lucky to have even hit his ear.
Yeah.
Period.
he was really fucking like I don't think he made that shot. Cause like even almost getting close to his head without a scope from that far away is still fucking impossible to me. Like
with a scope?
Without he had no scope.
Oh.
How would he fucking even aim it? How would he even know his rifle is even pointing at him? Like by using.
Why are you gay?
I just don't know how he would be able to do that.
You would have to just guess.
Yeah, he guessed.
Guessed.
Yeah, and then the whole thing now, and this is what everyone's talking about, like Dan Bongino, that everyone's talking about this really bad, performance by the Secret Service. Mm-hmm. So Secret Service completely botched this whole thing. They let this guy just climb up on this rooftop, and what's her name? Cheadle is like the head of the. She's like the lady that's in charge of Secret Service.
Her name is Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle.
Lady driver.
Don Cheadle as trans, right? So they're like, well, that wasn't our responsibility, which is complete horseshit. If you're Secret Service, you're putting people everywhere. I don't know if you've ever been around where the president's been at. I remember I worked in a hotel when Barack Obama was driving through like El Paso downtown, and they were fucking on every single building he'd pass by. There was nothing that was not covered. In this little area in Pennsylvania, it's like a field with like 5 buildings, and they left one there for some reason. I'm like, that's a little weird. Mm-hmm. And some of the conspiracy people, when it first happened, they're like, oh, this is all part of the plan. They shot his ear on purpose. They didn't really want to kill him because he's one of them. It's like, come on, that's fucking retarded. Like, really? How the hell are you gonna shoot his ear? Even if it's like someone else, like if an expert marksman couldn't, it would be hard for them to hit an ear. Like they really want to. I think they really
like. Why do that?
Yeah. Why not just kill him?
Why not just fucking shoot a beanbag gun at his nutsack?
Yeah. I don't get that one where there's so much evidence they were trying to kill Trump. Like it would. This is what they would have done. This is what I think what their plan was originally. I think they wanted to kill Trump. And they were gonna the RNC was the very next day or it was like 2 days later. Mm-hmm. They would have pretended that like they were sad. They're like, this is a tragedy, but we're gonna need a president. So we're gonna nominate Nikki Haley. Nikki Haley, a person who has never been against a war. So like she makes too much sense. Like she is the perfect figurehead for them. So they would have had this. They already had their plan. And then they're like, "Oh, we get our civil war that we wanted." Mm-hmm. So they have their civil war. Now they
You're the fucking reason this country's going down the drain.
Now they have everything they need to put in all their fucking systems in. They can have their police state. They can do all that kind of stuff, whatever they can, because they need to quell all of this chaos. Or they could just be like, all right, you know what? No elections. We're not doing elections. We're in the middle of a civil war. So we're going to have Joe Biden as president until we can fix all this shit. That's my theory. What do you think?
You think their contingency plan if Trump got killed is to keep Joe Biden in office?
Yeah.
It's the worst.
He's perfect.
Idea I've ever heard.
He's fucking perfect for them. He'll do anything. Like you have the intelligence agencies running everything right now. Biden doesn't even know who the Secret Service person was. He was calling it him. He's like, I talked to him. I talked to him. It was clearly a lady. So he has no fucking idea what's going on right now.
Well, I think Kamala Harris is running the country.
I think so too. And
I think that's if people really think about it.
Yeah.
If Joe Biden's not running, if you just work off of just that's your starting point, like Joe Biden's not in charge, who is in charge? Who would be next in charge? It'd be Kamala Harris. I think
after Kamala Harris,
I think they just deferred to her a long time ago.
Maybe that's why everything's all stupid.
Yeah, she's in charge of the border.
Yeah.
So I think that's where she started, and they're like, "Well, since you're doing such a great job, let's just have you run everything else too."
Yeah.
And I think she's just writing checks. She's just writing checks for Ukraine and fucking everything else.
Mr. Leal.
I think that's the Occam's razor.
So I'm on Team Human. I care about you. I appreciate you. I love you. Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
Yeah, what's it called? Alex Jones was talking about, like, he's been all in on, like, this was a real assassination. He's been talking about it for years, that they were going to kill Donald Trump. They're going to try to assassinate him, and he posted this video of let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, Mr. Leal says, when I first saw it, I thought Don used the old wrestling trick with the thumbtacks. So no, actually, Donald Trump used he was blading.
Yeah, it was a razor blade.
He had a razor blade in his mouth, and then he cut himself, and then he came up in blood.
Mm-hmm. That's what a lot of people, or it was either that or he had a quib. Is it squib or quib?
It's a squib.
Squib, yeah, it's the fake blood.
Yes. So, no, a squib would have blown his ear off.
Yeah.
Squibs are actual explosive devices. Like, so when guys get shot, like in RoboCop, when the guy gets shot a million times,
yeah,
they basically lay, every explosive has like a metal plate over it, and that's like attached to you, and that protects your skin from being blown apart.
Okay.
And then on top of the squib is the actual blood pack.
Yeah.
But the explosive is strong enough to burst through your clothes. So when people get shot in movies and they're fucking, the fabric explodes.
That would really blew his ear off.
It blows the fucking fabric off.
Holy shit.
That shit would have just exploded his eardrum and fucked his whole shit up.
I didn't know they're that powerful.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, they need a great amount of pressure to burst through clothing and spray blood everywhere.
So this guy, his name is Salty Goat. He said, so here's a little fun fact for y'all. If you're going to switch to my computer. So he says, so here's a little fun fact y'all may not know. When the motorcade was leaving Love Field Airport in Dallas, the Secret Service agent that always rode on the back bumper behind JFK was ordered away from his position. The president was dead 30 minutes later. Funny how history repeats itself.
What?
That's what they're saying.
That doesn't make any sense. None of that makes sense.
The guy, he still would have died.
Trump wasn't in a car.
He's blaming the Secret Service, is what he's saying. That the Secret Service
was
was
literally behind him the whole time, just like they were behind JFK.
Yeah, but they, I guess what he's insinuating is they dropped the ball, so the Secret Service was in on it to kill Donald Trump, and then they put all these like ladies around him. Like, these don't even look like Secret Service. Like, they're small. Like, you shouldn't have women as Secret Service agents. Like, that's crazy. Like, what if someone ran on stage, like a dude ran on stage? Is this woman going to like what if they're going to get handled? Like, you can't have that. You have to have big fucking ex-Marines or ex-Navy SEALs or something. Why doesn't he have his own private detail also? He should have a private detail.
Or people who just are bigger than he is.
Yeah.
You need someone who can absorb bullets.
Like, all these people were shorter than Donald Trump. And Donald Trump's not a small guy. He's like the size of he's literally the size of a wrestler. He's like 6'2".
He's 6'3".
He's 6'3". Like, Barron Trump is
6'7".
No way.
I'm serious.
He's 6'7"?
He's 6'7".
No way. I don't believe that. He's sick. That's crazy.
He's 6'7". People talk about it all the time. People won't fucking shut up about how tall Barron Trump is.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's enormous.
That he should play basketball. Like, he'd be in the NBA. Like, he's almost taller than LeBron James. That's crazy. and he's just like he's basically like the next president.
He's actually taller than that.
How tall is he?
You ready for this?
Yeah.
Barron Trump is actually the whole family's kind of tall.
They're mutants.
Barron Trump is 6'9".
Holy shit.
Eric Trump is 6'5". Really?
Wait, how old is Barron Trump?
Melania Trump is 5'11".
No one's 7. He's almost 7 feet tall.
That's a tall woman. So is Ivanka Trump. They're all big people.
Yeah.
They're not some small ass family.
Yeah, they're like Eastern European descent, basically.
Yes, they have the pure blood.
Yeah.
The pure Aryan blood.
They're Vikings. They're massive.
Pure Aryan blood.
That's so crazy that they're...
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
Go home to mommy. Go home to mommy.
Wim Raider said he's
Why
6'3",
are
but
you
claims 215 pounds. Oh, he must be talking about Trump. Yeah. So the Secret Service, they're all smaller than him. He's 6'2", so he's not like the biggest person ever. You can get a bunch of... it wouldn't be that hard to find like the right detail for you. It feels like
the guys who walked him into the RNC were all giant dudes.
they're massive. They look like Reagan's, because if you ever watch the video of Reagan being shot or being shot at, they all the Secret Service were fucking big. The contrast of that is so crazy.
But also, it doesn't matter who the Secret Service was. He would have got shot regardless.
That's true.
That first shot got off.
Yeah, where they fucked up. I know it's fun to make fun of like the stupid chick couldn't put her pistol in her holster, like, and then the other one was just hiding behind him. Like, what do we do? What do we do?
Fupa was preventing the preventing it. It's like you can't, if you have a fupa.
Yeah. You can't speak Secret Service.
You can't do an appendix carry because your appendix is probably about to rupture because you had Chick-fil-A for breakfast.
Oh, that's embarrassing.
Why are you gay?
You're the fucking reason this country's going down the drain.
Yeah, everything looked like a bunch of actors. Like they looked like they were actually playing Secret Service agents. Like and then like the whole thing of him like doing the fist up. It was cool. When I saw it, I was like, I might have posted on Instagram. I was like, I don't care if this is real or not. He looks fucking cool. Yeah. Like Trump looked really cool when he did it. I was like, hell yeah. Mm-hmm. It almost made me want to vote. I was like, yeah, I'll vote for him. And then like after a day, I was like, nah, I'm not voting. I'm still not gonna do it. I used to be a big voter. I'm not doing it. I'm fucking not gonna do it. But either way, it's a great look. He's going to wipe the floor with Kamala Harris because I don't know. This is like kind of breaking news that what's not fully breaking news, but it looks like Joe Biden's about to drop out. Like we're at a point. Even Trump. Let me see if I can pull up his the release that they gave out. Let me see. Donald Trump, Kamala Harris. So let me see if I can find, where the heck is it? So they released something on Truth Social about not wanting to schedule the next debate, the vice presidential debate. So it'll be what's his name? JD Vance. So they're like, we can't schedule a debate yet until we know who Kamala Harris's running mate's going to be.
Well, also I think Adam Schiff was like, Biden has to resign.
Yeah.
So I think people are like, oh, it's just a matter of time now. I'm like, I don't know, dude. That dude might fucking ride this shit out just to be crazy.
He'd rather die in office.
Yeah.
Like it's.
Then he can be a hero at that point.
Mm-hmm.
RNC Night 3 is already it's getting fired up right now.
Oh, really? What are they talking about?
Let's see who's on stage right now. We got
The Trump campaign has said anytime, anywhere, any place when it comes to debates.
I don't know.
So
Bunch
Vice
of
President
fucking.
Kamala Harris calls up Senator J.D. Vance.
These guys look like principals at high schools. It looks like a high school principal convention. Look at these guys. This guy looks like the biggest asshole principal right here. I don't even know this guy
Number
is.
one on the ticket or number two. Is that a smart move by the Trump campaign?
I do. I think it's a nice little dig, but also
I bet this
as
guy's
long as you
breath
move
is insane.
The debate after the Democratic National Convention.
Okay.
I think that's
Who are
fine.
these people?
If you're VP, whoever that's going
Mark
to be,
Hallotter,
whether it's
Director
Kamala
of
or
Strategic
somebody else,
Comms.
Give them time to
Okay.
be named, officially nominated, and then we'll get this debate going.
You think that's good? I mean, maybe not good for the American voters, but is it good for politics?
Yeah, I think it's actually smart. That's exactly the argument I would make, is to say, no, wait, tell us who your nominee is. There's a lot of turmoil on the Democratic side. It's far from settled. I don't blame them. I would say the same thing. Now, I think it is important eventually, J.D. Vance should debate Kamala Harris.
I love how
even if they have a big lead.
NBC is just interviewing other people from NBC. That's who the principal guy is.
Oh, okay.
You got a big lead. You don't
He's
need
like
to do
a
debates.
he's like an
Do
NBC
debates.
contributor. So this guy from
That's supposed to be one of
NBC
his strong suits that he's
couldn't
great
get
at.
anyone
It's how
to
Trump got
interview
eyes on him
probably, so
early
he
on.
just got
I wanna
this
ask you,
fucking
you know, his
guy
wife is sort of like
who was
Melania
probably
Trump in the
blowing
sense
up the
that she
toilet
doesn't like the limelight.
across the
She
street
doesn't
at a
like
fucking
politics. She doesn't wanna be
This guy
out
would
here.
talk to us.
She doesn't wanna be out
Boston
here, but,
Market.
you know, he doesn't come
And he's like,
naturally to her.
he's
She
like, can I just
doesn't
talk
lean
to
into it.
you?
Maybe he has other people running for
And
office
hopefully we'll
now.
get someone to
You know,
talk
she
to
never
me.
signed up for this. So
Wow.
what kind of advice would you give her? She's got to come out here and speak to thousands and millions that are watching at home.
Oh, we got to play this video real fast
About your husband,
of
about the
Kamala
love
Harris, the one I was playing before we went live,
Introduce,
so
and
with
then you will define
Joyanne
yourself
Reed.
on the
Where the
campaign,
fuck is it?
And if you are elected,
Hold on, let me.
Let's see. Day 3 of Republican National Convention. We will have J.D. Vance will give a speech. His first speech since named President Trump running mate. Blah 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 blah. President Joe Biden, whose campaign tested positive for COVID. Biden told reporters, "I feel good.
Oh, great.
Hey, I feel good." And today's RNC theme is "Make America Strong Once Again." That's a very wordy. Focus on military and foreign policy. Okay, so I guess that's what NBC is going to be reporting on.
Where is? Okay. So here it is. I'm not getting any sound from my. Oh, we're probably having that issue again. Let me see. Is it? Because I don't think.
Are you auto-focused?
Let me see. A little bit. There we go. For whatever reason, is my sound down? Turn me up on.
I can hear you.
No, this right here. Oh, not that
No. This?
That one. Oh, this one, yeah. Oh, why is it playing that? That was weird. Oh, that was Trump talking. Oh, yeah. So I have this video of them, of Joy Reid. Is it Joyanne Reid?
Oh, fuck, Trump just showed up to the RNC.
Okay.
You want to cut to that?
Yeah, cut to that. Let's see what he's saying.
Made at this point is going to be
Is that
a
a mic?
great addition to the Trump administration. J.D. Vance is a very.
He said, "I have a bag of fentanyl taped to my hair."
Someone's showing their baby. There you go.
This administration.
All right, we thank you for talking to us so much. What was your name? I didn't catch it.
Anissa.
Anissa, thank you from New Mexico. Interesting, some people.
Little Marco.
Little Marco. Jesus saved me.
Prison in Miami. We just saw Governor Abbott right there from Texas, Senator Marco Rubio. Steve Hayes, you've done a lot of coverage on Senator Marco Rubio. Your thoughts on the speech last night and now that he is. Look at this. Actually, that's quite a moment there.
Look at the quality of the video NBC puts out for the bullshit.
Yeah.
Look at 115p.
What is going on with them?
Don Jr. as well. What do you think about the people in the VIP stand today?
Yeah, I mean, these are the people who have done the most to butter up.
He still has a bandage on there, too.
The Lord is to stay with them. I think they choose very carefully the people that they want the cameras to see with Donald Trump, and they're trying to send a message with the people they're choosing.
They keep
I heard a
showing,
story
like, his-
last night about how Byron Donalds
keep
got
showing his
involved.
son.
He just was Going to be seeing
Donald Trump Jr.
Trump. He didn't know what it was coming. He had no warning, and there he was.
Yeah, interesting. Senator Rubio's sitting right next to.
Like, what else is going to happen in this election? This is fucking crazy. All this shit going on.
He was touched by the speech last night that Rubio delivered for him. Somewhat interesting, different sort of take on what other speeches were like here. Senator Rubio.
Did you get that thing I sent you that fucking Bruce Springsteen is like going to leave to Canada?
Oh my God.
I'm like, could you, it's like.
Jr.'s girlfriend is speaking.
Didn't you say that 10 years ago?
And
I love when people are like, I'm going to move to Canada.
Go ahead. Why would you want to go to Canada? Go to Mexico. Don't they love? I thought they love Mexico. If they're not worried about these people, just go to Mexico. Mexico's a much beautiful. It's a better country than Canada.
Transcends all hatred and political divisions. I stand before you tonight, more convinced than ever. This is the most important.
She has like Joaquin Phoenix mouth.
Yeah.
This election will decide the fate of our great nation. And that is why we must elect President Donald John Trump.
Yes. Fuck her right in the pussy.
Is that Abbott right there?
Yeah.
Oh shit, he's sitting right next to Trump.
This is not
Well, he's
just
certainly not standing next to him.
Yeah.
This is a choice between safety or chaos, wealth or poverty.
That's the best part about being handicapped. You get front row seats. Get to sit next to the president.
Yeah, you get to sit next to Trump.
Between
His wheelchair might be a pipe bomb. Be careful.
Yeah.
You boys ready for your cock meat sandwich?
Donald Trump's vision of American greatness. Donald Trump will once again make our country strong, safe, and prosperous. He will.
All right, that's enough from her.
Jesus. And respected by our friends.
You think she actually talks like that in real life?
No. Yeah. So this is what Joy Reid said on MSNBC. This was maybe an hour ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
These two men are both elderly. Donald Trump is an elderly man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation.
So she's saying
that out one day, but
so she's saying it's fake. First off, iconic picture. Did she say Trump or Biden took an iconic? Let's go back to that. I want to see because
reason was given 9 seconds to take a man who, for whatever reason, was given 9 seconds to take a iconic photo op during an active shooter situation.
She's talking about Trump.
Situation, we'll figure that out one day. But his survival of that and bouncing right back and going right to his convention is being conveyed in the media world as a sign of strength. This current president of the United States is 81 years old.
He's thinking about it.
And has COVID. Should he be fine in a couple of days? Doesn't that convey exactly the same thing? That he's...
Hold on.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
Yeah, getting COVID is the same thing as surviving an assassination attempt. Go ahead.
Strong enough, older than Trump, to have gotten something that used to really be fatal to people his age. So if he does fine out of it and comes back and is able to do rallies, isn't that exactly the same?
Same thing.
I mean, it's not exactly the same. It's
Look at Jen Psaki,
but it's an elderly
she's like, how did I end up on MSNBC?
This is embarrassing. This is fucking embarrassing. And to agree with that, yeah, sure. It's the same thing. I got COVID.
Joy Reid, you're not blonde.
Yeah, why? She's
fuck her right in the pussy.
She's starting to look like Eminem or even Donald Trump. Like, remember she had like that bowl haircut? She looked like fucking Dennis the Menace. Like, it looked crazy. Like, what? Who's cutting her hair? Who thinks that's hot?
I don't know, but it's like if you're a personality on TV, you need to pick a look and stay with the look.
Yeah, it's supposed to be your brand.
Like, and if you want to change your look, you have to really, really earn it. Like Alex Trebek when he shaved off his mustache, that was like a big deal.
Oh yeah,
you can't just be slapdash and just kind of change your look suddenly. Look what happened to Metallica.
Yeah.
You boys ready for your cock meat sandwich?
Yeah, but so they're trying to play down a fucking assassination. They know he's dead in the water, and maybe the best thing that's going for them right now is this thing happened in July instead of September.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing's gonna eventually it's gonna die down. Oh, Woomer, did we yell into the mic? Oh, sorry. We're gonna keep yelling into the mic.
Who yelled into the mic?
I don't know. He said, "Why do they always yell into the mic?" I think he might be talking about MSNBC.
Oh,
because we have we should have equalizers on here because of the Roadcaster.
Because they think if they yell, they'll be more convincing somehow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, what's her name? Guilfoyle. She was.
It's like Jake the Snake Roberts. He never raised his voice.
Yeah,
he was just very wet and oily all the time. You have wet hair and a cool mustache, and you can talk like this.
Yeah,
and everyone listens.
Yeah. So yeah, this whole assassination thing, and the one thing we haven't talked about yet is this is the thing I was talking about in the beginning. Not the beginning of this podcast, but like when it first happened, I was like, how long until we hear about a second shooter? So now we're hearing about this second shooter in the water tower. I don't know if you've heard about this yet. Let me see if I'm going to pull this up before my phone dies. I have it on here. I sent it to you, and you're probably like, oh. Where'd it go? Maybe I didn't send it to you. Where'd I put it? Oh, yeah, here we go.
A second spitter, like in Seinfeld?
Yeah. So these guys over here, switch it to my computer real fast. So these guys, right? I don't know if you've heard about this yet. Oh, let me see if I. Oops, sorry. I accidentally left my fucking thing on. Where am I? Wait, switch off mine real fast. I gotta turn this off real fast. Okay, so there's a second shooter. Where the heck did I put it? I have so many tabs opened up that I can't find anything anymore. Oh, here, it would be right here. All right.
It's the sniper, and he was firing down toward the water tower.
That's what we're hearing.
And yeah, and then at that same exact moment, there was a spray from the right side of the stage that I thought was some type of gas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, or not gas, but smoke.
Sure.
Blind up front. And he said it was, he heard it was gunfire hitting the hydraulic on the track. So the gunfire was coming toward the stage.
Wow.
And then a few minutes later, there was a couple more shots down the hill, and that's when they started flooding.
It's a huge woman.
Yeah, it is.
First crack of the gunfire.
So yeah, there's multiple people. There's what does this guy
and then
say?
He put,
oh yeah, this one's pretty good.
And then he put the fist bump up, stay strong, and they walked him off.
Aaron, what was going through your mind? What did you think when you first heard those sounds?
I thought what you just said. I thought it was fireworks. 4th of July. It's been pop, pop, pop. That's what it sounded like. The gentleman behind me, I was one seat. He was to the right of me. He could see the sharpshooter behind Trump. He said the sharpshooter shot to the left. He killed the gentleman in the water tower here. Now, when I called my husband at home, who's watching TV, he said, I thought Trump hurt his ear when he went to the ground. But he said, no, on TV they showed before Trump hit the ground, the ear was bleeding. So that sharpshooter went across. Trump turned his head. His ear must have been nipped, and it killed somebody in the stands over to the left.
Could you see anyone injured?
And then he put the fist bump up.
Oh, okay.
Stay
so that's
strong,
the end of that video.
And they walked him off.
So like you got multiple people right now saying that were there that heard or like saw gunshots coming from this water tower that no one knew about. So that like this was the thing that everyone's talking about. This guy on top of this roof on top of the slope, he was talking about how like everyone was pointing at him like there's a guy that went up there. He has a long rifle and this and that like and everything about this whatever what was the name of the guy that did the shooting? Fucking
Sirhan.
Who shot Donald Trump?
So what you're telling me is not only was one guy a bad shot, but there's two guys who are a bad shot.
That's actually a good shot. If you could shoot someone's ear, his name's Thomas Matthew Crooks. So this guy Thomas Matthew Crooks, who was able to sneak on a roof where the Secret Service was like, "Go ahead, go." Like they're like, "That's your roof. The cops can handle all this," but they let this guy go up there. They let him put a ladder up there, and while they know he's up there, they have rifles. I mean, they have snipers pointing at him, and then they just let it happen. They let him shoot one bullet, and then they shoot him. Like, why wouldn't you take the president down? Like, why don't you take Trump? You're like, hey, there's a guy that's pointing a gun at you. There's a code red. Let's get him out of there. I don't understand why they would do that. That's the big thing. And then also, we're talking about this.
Wait a minute. Explain your timeline again between.
So all right. So the snipers are already know about him. They're already pointing their rifles at. That's why they killed him so fast. Like when this guy Thomas Matthew Crooks, he takes this shot. He gets shot. They kill him within seconds. Like when you go back and listen to it, when you hear the shots going, you hear more shots, and you're assuming that's him. And they're like, oh, he's down. We got whatever they said. They said they took him out. So, and then there's footage and there's video of snipers pointing their guns straight at that roof where this Thomas Matthew Crooks is at. So he takes this shot, Thomas Matthew Crooks, and nicked Donald Trump's ears, allegedly, and then gets killed by the sniper. So they knew he was there. So why would they let Trump still say his speech? Why don't they just take him down? Like, why don't they say, oh, there's a guy pointing a gun at you, code red, let's get him out of here until we deal with this threat. So, like, nothing about this makes sense. Also, they kill Thomas Matthew Crooks. They kill him. And then they have his DNA, like, right, because they said they couldn't get into his phone. He had no wallet. He had no ID. So they're able to ID him from DNA, like, right away. Like, that was really weird. Even though he has no criminal background, they talk about this database that no one's ever heard about. They're like, oh,
he probably submitted his DNA to BlackRock.
Maybe. But, like,
there's a line from Dr. Strangelove where this guy he has a soldier in, like, combat fatigues with a rifle. He's like, tries to use a payphone. He's like, do you have a quarter?
Yeah.
And the soldier's like, I don't think I go into combat with loose change in my pockets, do you? Just what I'm saying. It's just like, the guy had no ID. It's like, yeah, would you bring your ID with you to fucking shoot somebody?
Yeah. Maybe, probably not. Or maybe you're trying to be famous.
Or he bought the fucking rifle.
Yeah.
They just looked at the rifle and were just like, okay, serial numbers on here. Who bought it? Oh, it's this guy. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think if you're going up there to kill the president, you didn't have it didn't sound like he had an exit plan. He knew he was going to get killed. So, like, wouldn't you want to go down in history? You're like, oh, this was me. Like, I'd bring my ID. I'd have a shirt that says my name on it.
Oh, cool.
I'd have my own merch. I'd make my own merch.
Yeah, you would dress like Judah Friedlander.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, my hat. I'll have a hat that has my name on it. It has, like, the patch. You'll have the trucker hat, like Judah.
Yeah. This all seems very simple to me. I don't know why. There's just too many, especially, like, conservative commentators, social media people who are really trying to, like, complicate this entire thing.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I don't understand why. I guess it means you can talk about it for months instead of just being like, oh, some guys who didn't know what they were doing, like, took their best shot and it didn't work. The end.
I just think them breaking protocol is a weird thing. The weird thing, that's what they're pointing
Could it be that, like, they had a fucking caught off guard Secret Service and a bunch of fat bitches trying to guard the president? Yeah, all that stuff can be true too. But
then they
it's giving the assassin. It's not like you're giving the assassins too much fucking credit. Like, they're like genius super spy James Bond guys.
I don't think that's what they're doing. I just think what they're really pointing out is like how insane it was that they didn't even have snipers on top of this this rooftop. And then they asked the head of the Secret Service, Cheeto, they asked her, why didn't you have snipers up there? Like, oh, because of the slopes. The roofs were sloped.
Hey, whoa. The Asians have nothing to do with this.
So they're like, oh, the roofs were sloped, so we can't put snipers up there.
Whoa, Sean, please.
I'm sorry.
Don't trust China. China is asshole.
So the slopes.
Donald Trump, don't trust China. China is asshole.
On the other rooftops, they had the slopes. and like it's weird that like they had the same slopes and they didn't have anyone up there. And then people that used to be in Secret Service were saying the same thing. They're like, that doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense. Like, how could you guys break protocol by that much? And that's why it's driving people crazy. But what I think is everyone is going to point at this like, oh, look at this guy. They're like, why did they do this, and this? Everyone's talking about this Crooks guy, but no one's talking about the guy in the water tower. I think the guy in the water tower is going to be the big story that is going to be memory hold. That will, like, no one's going to be talking about that. But like, there was a second shooter possibly that we don't know about, and I think there's more information that we don't know about, because we're like, what I'm doing right now, I'm asking questions because we should. This is the part where we ask questions. Like, you're already seeing it where we're like, oh, we need to debunk this. Like, they're already trying to debunk all this stuff. How could you debunk it? We don't have enough information.
I mean, okay, let's go with the premise: two shooters working together, and depending on who you're talking to, working possibly in tandem.
Yeah.
With the Secret Service. Let's say that's all true.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say, you know what? Let's say there's four snipers.
Yeah.
The Trump is inside of a four corners of death.
Yeah.
They nicked his ear and then killed the guy who had the rifle. It's still a really bad assassination attempt.
It is. It's a guy that was clearly suicidal. If we trust the official story. Also, another thing they were saying, and I don't know how they track this. I wonder if someone in the chats would know this, but apparently they said the bullets that they found were shot within 400 yards, and I just don't know how you know that, because I think this guy Michael Crooks was 125 yards away, and this water tower was around 400 yards. So
can we actually could you pull up the comment thing on the screen real quick? Can we just
yes,
do a quick
yes, guys, we're gonna take a quick break. I'll let you know when I have it up.
Yeah.
All right, I have it up. So we're gonna take a quick break. We gotta change some focus things.
They don't need to know anything.
Okay, we are back, and we just had to fix. There was something refreshing our drinks, all the fun stuff, you know. Just it's like a Joe Rogan thing where he was talking to. I remember who was he talking to? He had a guest on there, and they started talking about the CIA, and then like they're like, "I need to use the bathroom," and then they come back not talking about the CIA anymore. So oh, okay. Joe Rogan is I mean, ever since he started having that guy Mike Baker on there, Mike Baker from the CIA.
Mike Baker.
Mike Baker. Also from the Opie and Anthony days, Mike Baker.
Oh yeah.
Oh no, I think he was just Compound Media. I don't know if he was ever on Opie and Anthony. But he's a good friend of Anthony Cumia. Anthony Cumia has his guys. Nick DiPaolo was also friends with Mike Baker. So, yeah, well, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah. Cool. So, let me go through the chats real fast. Frightening Me says, you can calculate it by the feet per second in the audio of the gunshots. Ballistic High Speed is a YouTube channel that does ballistic science using slow motion photography. Okay, yeah, so what these people were saying about this, what we're talking about, was this, the bullet that killed the guy was 400 yards away. It was 400 yards away, and that's about where the water tower was. And this is where this theory has feet. Instead of it being 125 yards away, which was where that rooftop was, where the guy Michael Crooks was.
So who hit Trump?
See, that's where it's muddy. Like, did he shoot Trump from over there, or did he?
It shouldn't be money. They should be able to take the ballistics off of the rifle to match it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's what I at least hear in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you gay?
Yeah. I think this is what this is where I'm going. I think there's a little more to this than this Michael Crooks guy, and people think it's not really him. They think it's this other guy, which I don't remember who they think it is. But there's another guy that was saying that he was on his way to kill Donald Trump that same night, and that's why everyone thought it was this guy. Someone in the chats will know. But there was another guy that everyone suspected who it was when it first came out, and then they changed his name, and everything about this kind of it smells. It's weird.
Yeah. But that's the thing is we're only like fucking just a few days into this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're only a few days into this, and everybody's just everyone's guessing.
Yeah.
But they don't want to say they're guessing because then they sound like they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So they're theorizing.
Yeah.
Which is just another word for guessing.
Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so I don't know what you guys think about this. Let's get into some fun stuff because this thing has been beaten to death. Like, this is all we're seeing on here. I don't know how many, like, there's going to be more stuff that comes out. The election season has been, if you want to say it lightly, it's been pretty fun when you think about it. It's had a little bit of everything. We have the president has this awful debate where it's like hilarious. It's like hilariously bad. And then everyone, like, Donald Trump started off like the 2016 election cycle, or the 2020 election cycle, calling him Sleepy Joe. And then ever since he called him Sleepy Joe, he started to deteriorate. And then
it's like he cast a spell on him.
Yeah. Donald Trump went over here and casted the spell. What is it? Frightening Me says conspiracy Christmas time. Oh yeah, definitely. It is definitely conspiracy Christmas time. That's usually around April. April is a conspiracy Christmas time. But right now, yeah, I guess you have I don't know what would be a holiday that's every 4 years.
The Olympics.
There you go. This is the Olympics of conspiracy. Good.
Why are you gay?
Because this is, I mean, this is on another level. It's so much information and so much content.
I think it's a convenient distraction.
Oh yeah. What do you think what are they distracting us from? Is what I want to know.
Follow the money.
Follow the money. Yeah, I don't know what they are. What's going on? I think people have completely forgot about Israel and Palestine, which is great. Tired of talking about kids being.
You tell that to the people protesting in front of the RNC. I saw that. I was just like, really? You guys are still doing that? That's weird.
You're like the Ukraine people now. Who cares?
That's like Hare Krishnas at the airport or people trying to levitate the Pentagon. It's like no one's doing that anymore. It's that's like Occupy Wall Street people showing up and.
Yeah. It's like Tim
Donald
Pool.
Trump.
A bunch of guys look like Tim Pool. They were. I fucking hate that guy so bad. I'm
fascinated by your hatred for Tim Pool.
He's just such a phony. He's so fucking.
Dude, his show is easily a $1 billion company.
You saw the notes because there is. You have to. Did I just send it? I sent it to you in a text message. I don't know if I saved it in here, but he. Man, if you could pull up that video, because my phone died and I have no way to charge it because I'm charging my computer. Company is $1 billion company, which is crazy to say. $1 billion, maybe $1 million, maybe a multi-million-dollar company, but $1 billion. That's wild.
I don't think even he believes that.
No, he's out of his fucking mind.
He doesn't believe.
And everything he does is cringe. He's like we're gonna come up with music and the left is trying to suppress right wing music. Like, what the fuck is right wing music? What are you talking about?
Like a fag.
Yeah, right wing music. I don't.
That doesn't, like, most music is not political. Like the vast majority of it isn't. Like, what are you talking about? And then you put out music that is just horse shit. It's so fucking bad. It's unbelievably bad. Like, I was torturing myself. I'll make sure my computer is muted because it's so bad. It makes me so mad just listening to his garbage. And then he thinks it's good. And then when you go to his YouTube channel, I found here. I got a good one. This is a great one. You want to get douche chills?
Okay.
Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Break free from control reality and find your way.
You talk like a fag and your shit's all retarded.
Get away from it. I'm losing my mind.
You rollerblading faggot.
Oh my god.
You rollerblading faggot.
This is.
Wow.
I know. It's mind blowing. There we go. We got Rachel Maddow over there singing his song about the media. Like, oh yeah.
How did he get her for this?
I don't know. How do you do that? It's pretty amazing because he's such an influence. I mean, when you have $1 million media company, that's what they do.
You can just buy lesbians to do things for you.
Yeah. She's a Rhodes Scholar. How dare you?
To me, damn it.
So here we go. We got Rachel Maddow. Who the fuck is this guy? Wait, who is that guy? Is that John Bon Jovi?
Yeah, that looks like the guy at the Trump rally who was like, yeah, I saw the guy crawling up on the warehouse and he was wearing that Trump visor with the fucking fake hair.
Oh yeah, it looks like he was on a Surge commercial. Jesus Christ, that came out. Oh god damn. I can't believe. Like, I was going through his YouTube comments and then they were 100% positive. So that shows that he's deleting comments. There's no way you get 100% positive comments. Like, no one called him gay. No one said his music was awful. If I'm Alex Jones and I see this, that he used me for like a deep fake, I'd fucking sue him. and then I punch him in the face.
That'd be funny if Alex Jones sued Tim Pool.
Yeah, he just went in there like Young Turks style. Remember he went on the Young Turks?
Mm-hmm.
That was the one where Jimmy Dore spit in his face.
Yeah.
Well, it would be funny if Alex Jones just
Jimmy Dore still won't.
Yeah.
He still won't fight me. He refuses to respond.
I think he apologized.
He apologized to me. That's
Yeah.
what people tell me. They said he apologized. I'm like, he didn't reach out to me. So
I think he did a wrestling spit on Alex Jones.
So
I don't think
I'm
it was
on
spit
Team
on-
Human. I care about you. I appreciate you. I love you.
So so Tim Pool with this awful music. Oh yeah, and there's this other video. I got to post this. It's not music, but this is him talking about his music.
Mm-hmm.
I found a Twitter account that's called Pim Tool News. It's like very lefty. They hate him for the wrong reasons. They're like, he said this about women. It's like things I would agree with Tim Pool on. I was like, yeah, Tim Pool's right. But they also have like these really other cringe, because they know he's cringe also. But here's Tim Pool talking about how he thinks his music is like bigger than is better than Taylor Swift, or it's gonna be bigger than Taylor Swift.
Okay,
here we go.
I had all these leftists being like, "You're only selling music because your fans are buying it," and I was like, "Huh?"
Right.
Like, yes. Like,
Right.
that's literally what it's tracking.
No one said that, by the
More
way.
of my
Yeah.
fans buy my music than Taylor Swift buys hers.
Yeah.
And then people would respond,
Why
yeah,
are
because
you
no one
gay?
buys music anymore. And I'm like, you're telling me that international pop sensation Taylor Swift,
Yeah.
people don't buy her music? Of course they buy her music. And we did
Look at
better.
this false
And they were
equivalency
like,
he's
yeah,
trying to make.
It's bad.
And you, sir, are you waiting to receive my limp penis?
And also, do you see how he was holding his head? It's like no one sits like this.
Oh, I hate-
This is somebody who's
this guy?
If you look at Tim Pool's hand, it's like this.
Right here.
Nobody does that. That is somebody. That's like someone who's trying to lie to the police right there.
Yeah.
The police are like, "Why are you lying to me right now, Tim?
Yeah,
Do you want to go to jail or do you want to go home?"
He's like, look casual. Don't show him that you're lying.
He's trying to look like he's not lying.
would choose not to do it.
Yeah.
It's instant cash in your pocket. Of course they want it.
Yeah.
You have to stream a song, what is it, 1,500 times to get the equivalent of one sale.
Yeah.
If
I don't even know
Taylor
what the
Swift
that means. That's
could
the most
sell,
retarded shit
they
I've
would
ever
do it.
heard. Mentally. That's mentally retarded as far as I'm concerned.
The problem is they have lost all of their influence, and the only control they have is the machine, the mechanism that forces you to listen to their music.
Yeah, that's what
Taylor
machines are.
Yeah. Also, he thinks they lost their influence. Have you ever seen it? And I don't like Taylor Swift, but this is a fucking insane thing to say. Have you seen
This
her
is how he
concert?
promotes his music, by the way.
Like, hey, Tim Pool, go sell out the Madison Square Garden. Like, you couldn't do that. Like, you couldn't sell out the fucking Moody Center. He couldn't sell out.
You know,
this
it's not
fucking-
even a matter of if he can or if he wants to.
Yeah.
Because people who are artists don't care about that.
Yeah, he's.
If you make money, you make money.
Also,
and if you want to be a pop sensation, you probably want to make a lot of money.
So he's trying to be a pop star. Is basically what he's trying
He's
to do.
trying to be a pop star, but
God damn.
he wants to be a pop star from 2003.
Oh man, imagine working for him and like they're like you have to be in the music video. I'd quit. I'd be like, I'll put
That's
my.
why there's no one in the music video. There's just deep fakes of people.
Yeah, well, I think he has the other guy that does his show. What's the other dude with the long hair? I don't remember their guy.
His name is what's his face?
I don't know.
Jared Leto.
Oh yeah, there it is. But yeah, it's. Let me continue.
Swift
this.
was not placed on the digital streaming platforms because these companies are given preference, then nobody would listen to our music. What happens is, here's a lesson for everybody.
Stop.
We put out a song, smashes the records. We charted amazingly in like rock and alternative. That's based on people listening to the music. Then we charted in digital sales,
You talk like a
which is
fag.
people buying the song, and we did not get placed on one digital streaming playlist. That's radio.
Look at him using politician hands to like sound more
You talk like a
convincing.
fag, and your shit's all retarded.
Like it's crazy that he
People having normal conversations are not like
Yeah.
doing Trump hands.
Yeah.
Okay, that's somebody.
Like we're talking
that's
right
someone
now.
literally putting a shield in front of them to make you look at this so that you don't. It's one thing if you're like elaborating on something or
Someone's read Art of the Deal.
But yeah, it's like who's he trying to convince?
Yeah, he's
Us
trying to convince
or
himself. Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
it's like just make your music. No one cares.
Yeah.
I'm sure someone cares, but what I meant was just make your music. Don't worry about it. You don't have to go on other people's podcasts and justify your existence.
Stop trying to make it bigger than it really is.
Yeah, and don't bring up Taylor Swift.
Like the fuck
you couldn't bring up anyone else.
Yeah.
Bring up Green Day.
Yeah, exactly. Green Day would be perfect because Green Day
is also embarrassing.
It's equally, not equally, but they're at least they could sell out. Like I don't think anyone's going to see Tim Pool's music. I think all these people that are commenting on his shit aren't real people. I think they're all bots. This is all fake. There's no way no one likes this music. It's impossible. It's like it's not catchy. Like it's gay. But if you're gay, you can make good music at least. Like
Elton John.
Like Elton John, he made great music.
Why are you gay?
I mean, like music that gay people
So what
like.
you're saying is his music is cringy and terrible, and you don't like it, and you don't understand why anyone would want to listen to it because it just doesn't seem like anything anyone would ever listen to.
Yeah. And then
And
the fact that he's like saying like, man, if we all had a level playing field instead of we could put us all on playlists, people would prefer me more than Taylor Swift.
That's not how art works.
That's
I'm sorry.
crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah.
Ladies, don't go in a room alone with him. He will wear your skin. This is how crazy this guy sounds. He sounds like a fucking psychopath. There's no way that anyone that's normal thinks this way.
Play our songs. Pandora, Spotify, they won't play our songs. And we
'Cause it
still
sucks.
did that well.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, they're like 13 of the top 100 were all Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Right. What that means is Pandora, Spotify, and YouTube Music decided we are going to play the song by default for anybody who comes to our platform, whether they want it or not.
Tim, they're playing that because girls like it. No girls like you. Take your hat off.
It's like the majority of people like stupid, lame, mainstream garbage.
Look at how weak his
and
beard
he
looks.
knows that.
Like everything about him is weak.
But he won't.
chin.
But he thinks that these people. He's simultaneously thinking like people love dumb, shitty pop music.
Yeah.
That's easily digestible and disposable, and Taylor Swift is fulfilling her role of like the blonde girl who is now.
Yeah.
There'll be some other blonde bitch who comes around the corner
Exactly.
tomorrow, and that's her role. Okay, and we need to have one every few years. Okay, so he thinks that at the same time, all these Spotify and Pandora. Is Pandora even a thing anymore?
I didn't even know it was still a thing.
Are conspiring to make Taylor Swift a pop star. I'm like, okay, well, who was conspiring in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s and the 50s when there were fucking pop stars in? Pandora?
Yeah. Fucking awful. So let me see.
Bye. Go home to mommy.
So all right, let me see what everyone's saying in the chats. Oh, it's saying his name is Ian Crossland or Phil Labonte. I think it's Ian Crossland. Let me see what else.
Sounds like a racist name somehow.
Yeah, fuck those guys. I need to listen to All That Remains sometimes from Frighten Me. Frighten Me says Dan has mentioned talking to Phil in the past recently. Is he? I don't know. But imagine working for Tim Pool. You're a faggot. Jesus Christ. Yeah, he says, I'll search for it, but DBs rarely put the guests in the title. Yeah, they don't. They won't put them on. Drinking Bros won't put them on there unless they're like really big. So like when Jeremy Boring was on there, they had him on there because that's a pretty big name in the conservative world. They had Ben Shapiro. It was like Drinker Bros with Ben Shapiro, but like if it's like someone that's not that big, they will like it would be like a line from the show. They're like, oh yeah, this will be the title, and then we'll just put the name of the guest in the actual title. That's how we used to do it back then. Little peek around behind the curtain. I was just watching. I was speaking of that. I was just watching some stuff with that we did with Drinking Bros when I was there. There was this episode with Kevin Ryan we did. Another guy we didn't put in the title. It was just called Are You Garbage? It was before Are You Garbage was big. But there was this clip that I saw where Ross just fucking bombs so bad.
Oh, yeah.
So like,
in what way? Like what happened?
He bombs because what Ross does is he will when he doesn't know who the guest is, he won't do any research on them. So like he will say the same jokes over and over again. So he always brings back this Holocaust joke. And let me just play. I'm sure people that are listening, they've probably heard him do this thing that he does. But
okay, let me hear the joke and I'll see if it's funny or not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kicking it around, especially now that we're making some money. I mean, I was good.
Fucking awesome.
It's really good. Joe DeRosa is fucking crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I love that dude.
Yeah. Are you ever getting out of there? You ever getting out of New York City?
What, for good, you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kicking it around.
Who's that, Gary Vanderchuck?
This is Kevin Ryan from Are You Garbage? But so they're talking about him moving out of New York. He's probably going to tell them like, oh, you should move to Austin, whatever. But so that he's explaining.
That should be easy to move out. He has a lamp in his house. That's it.
There's a lamp. There's no pictures on the wall.
Pictures, furniture.
That room is psychotic. Holy shit! What are you doing, Kevin Ryan?
I mean, we were struggling up until this show kind of took off. So now that we have some cash, I'm like, yo, I got to get out of here. It's, you just start realizing all the negatives of the city, and now it's like it's starting to come back a little. I don't even know if you can hear that. It sounds like there's like a parade outside of my house right now.
With pots and pans.
Yeah, it's just like it's just loud all the time. In the summer, they lit off fireworks in every neighborhood. It's like all night till like 4 a.m. just fucking fireworks. I wake up and I feel like I'm in a bunker in like Normandy. It's just like
so here it comes.
Again, I wake up.
So listen to this.
I'm, like,
Normandy.
off the bed. I'm covering my wife. We're hitting the deck. It's a fucking scene.
Before the show, we did ask if you wanted to talk about the Holocaust. We were kidding, but I guess you found a way to work it in. Well,
no, I was talking about Normandy in the 70s. It was different.
Yeah, it was pretty rough.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
In the 70s.
But you are a big Holocaust guy, and we need to point that out. I'm totally kidding. What we do?
Yeah, he knew that was going to bomb because
I'm sorry. That was.
He was like, "You're a big Holocaust guy," and then like before they did the interview.
That's the joke.
That's the joke, and then he said,
That's
"Just
something
kidding."
he says on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's not that same joke, but he'll do these Holocaust.
It's in reference to an inside joke from a long time ago that only listeners.
I don't know what it is. I remember we'd be there and we would be like, "Oh, is he doing the Holocaust thing again?" Because he just like pulls it out of nowhere, and like everyone every time he does it, everyone's like, "Okay." It's so strange, and then he did, and I know whenever because when you have Zoom guests on there. Like you kind of like you'll talk to them like, oh hey, I'm so and so and this is our podcast. So like, oh here's my co-host because they don't know you yet. So you're kind of talking about it, like, oh yeah, we're gonna go live. Is there anything that you don't want to talk about? And then Ross would be like, oh yeah, we want to talk about how you're
Jews.
Yeah, you're a Holocaust denier or something like that. Like and like he does it all the time. And then Kevin Ryan was like, no. Like it's kind of like it fell flat, and then he was trying to do it again, and he was like, "Oh fuck!" Like you could tell he tensed up right here. So like right here,
show it again, guy, and we need to point that out. I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, he fucking knew. And I was like watching that the other day. I was like, "Oh shit, he did it!"
Big Holocaust guy.
Yeah, big Holocaust guy. So he would always do this stuff with these Holocaust jokes. It was just so funny. That it just bombed really bad, and we all like. I remember I was there. It was at the old studio, so I was kind of looking at Dan Regester and Rob, and they're just like, "Oh God." Yeah, it's just it's so strange. Like that whole dynamic over there is I don't want to get too far into it. And we had an episode that would never go out. But yeah, that I thought that was pretty funny about that. And then the whole thing we're talking about with the Creed stuff with did you ever watch that one on Instagram where they were singing Creed and Dan was just like he was not happy. Let me pull it up.
I can't say that he did.
Let me see if I can find it. If I do it, I think I had it saved here. Oh, here we go. All right, here we go.
Everybody, let's make up.
So look at this right here. Let me make this a little bigger. So right here, that's Dan Regester, and they're telling everyone to sing this Creed song, and look at Rob. Rob's like, he's like, oh boy. So Rob is looking at this, and they're like, "Oh, this is so funny." Everyone out over here in the background they're singing along because they love Ross. They love it. And then boom, look at fucking Dan. Ooh, it's bad.
That's where we stay.
I don't know any Creed songs.
This is "Take Me Higher" from Creed. And Dan's like, what the fuck? Damn. Yeah. That
is that song good?
Creed song? Is it good? It's their most popular song.
Okay, that's no.
No, yeah, it's a popular song. Is Creed any good? No, not really. But is it like it's fun is what they're trying to do, and like I remember Ross was
like Piano Man.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fun to sing, and Ross was trying to pretend that he brought back Creed, but actually no, the Texas Rangers did that. The Texas Rangers started playing Creed, and that helped them win the World Series because they were real tight, and one of their pitchers started playing Creed in there, and everyone would sing, and they would get loose, and then they went on this big winning streak. They won the World Series. They did that. Creed's back because of the Texas Rangers. Let's be honest here. But yeah. Anyways, so
that's baseball.
That's baseball. Texas Rangers. Yeah.
Okay.
They do not do Pride Night. It's a good thing. They don't succumb to politics and all that kind of shit.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're a baseball team.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, sure. I can go along with that.
Like, I hate politics in sports. Like, I watch baseball almost every day. Like, I have it on all the time. So I'm a big baseball fan. And then when you start putting, like, all these politics in there, it makes me fucking hate it. I know how, when I was in New York and I was watching the Yankees game, it was like in 2020, and every time they would do, like, they would kneel for the anthem, the people over there would get fucking pissed. Like, people think that New York's this very liberal area. Like, no, it's not. Like, New York might be redder than Texas. It's just because New York City has so many fucking people that they decide on everything. Mm-hmm. But man, when the Yankees were like when they're kneeling down, like their fans fucking turned on them fast. It was crazy. I was like, whoa, because I'm not from that area, so I didn't realize how red it was. I was like, God damn, I didn't know you guys were like I didn't know you guys were like super conservative here. Thought, oh yeah, big time. Yeah.
That's upsetting.
Yeah.
If you're a Yankees fan, I guess.
Well, I'm not a Yankees fan.
I'd say you were.
No, I mean, if I was from New York, I would. I'd be like, oh yeah, they play where I'm from, and I support the local team, and it gets me away from
I never support any local team ever.
Yeah, I know you're not a sports guy.
I literally just walked through a police barricade during the San Francisco Giants 2012 parade. They block off Market Street in San Francisco.
Yeah. It was around that time.
And I had to go to work.
Bruce Bochy, he's now the coach of the Texas Rangers. Was the coach there. So you just walked through a parade?
Yeah, it's like it's like they're players in like JFK mobiles going down the street waving at people. And I'm like, I talked to a cop on a horse. I was like, I have to get to the other side of Market Street.
Mhm.
And he's like, I don't know, good luck.
So you're basically...
I took good luck as like, all right. And I just hopped over the barricade and just walked through the middle of like these like millionaire baseball players to get to work.
So you're basically the Trump sniper is what you were. You just walked through and no one told you couldn't go there. You could have started.
I do what I want.
You could have shot some people. You could have like.
I have absolutely no civic pride when it comes to sports.
Yeah,
I think it's.
Why are you gay?
It's gay.
I wanted to talk about another thing that
Furthermore, sports should be contained within like all sports should take place in like a neutral, like Switzerland or something, just somewhere neutral.
Yeah,
and not near civilized people.
Yes. Fine. Yeah, sure.
What would that change? You would still be able to watch sports Sunday. It wouldn't look any different.
Yeah.
It's just in another country. You wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, I would notice.
You can lift the whole stadium up and fly it to Switzerland and then drop it in a field.
I would hate that.
And then you take all the players and all the commentators and the camera people and the play-by-play people who all speak English. You would have no idea it even happened. You would have no idea.
You could put them in those mega cities. If they leave, they get shot.
Put them in one of those fake China cities.
Yeah, they're like,
you would have no idea they were there.
Yeah, broadcasting live from Arlington, Texas.
I mean, they can say what they're in whatever town they want. At that point, you can just you can come back from commercial. They're like, we're here in Kansas City, and then they go to commercial. They come back. Okay, we're in beautiful Cincinnati, Ohio, and it doesn't even matter.
Yeah,
you just create your own reality. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean, you could put the buildings in the background with CGI.
Well, there wouldn't even be buildings. You can show footage of anything.
Yeah.
Egypt. Let's show the Great Pyramids. We're live from the Nile. Nile Field. Be much more interesting.
I wanted to talk about this because we never talked about this on an episode. I was discussing this with Frightening Me on one of the chats on when I did Comment Explains. Mm-hmm. We're talking about the Kyle Dunnigan video that I was discussing with you about his dad. How his dad was might have been involved in one of the Clinton kill list. And I have
Kyle Dunnigan, the comedian's dad.
Yes. Speaking of and this would have been a good segue. Speaking of Are You Garbage? He was on Kyle Dunnigan, who's great. I love Kyle Dunnigan. Mm-hmm. He's so fucking funny.
Is he the impression guy?
He's the impression guy. But
okay, yeah, I've seen his stuff.
Yeah, he was also on Reno 911 back in the day. He was like the
was he the mustache guy?
No, he was a character. He was like the serial killer that was dating one of the cops. Mm-hmm. He was
oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, if you ever look him up, Kyle Dunnigan's been around forever. It's
he
crazy.
was like dating Trudy or something.
I think so. I don't know. I'm not too familiar with that. But he's been around since like the 90s. It's crazy. Yeah. But he talks about like how his dad was like this lawyer that represented these like airplanes. Let me kind of I'll bring it up just so he can explain it better because I'd fuck it up. But here's Kyle Dunnigan talking about this airplane crash that involved one of the Clinton kill list people.
He had a specialty.
No shit.
He was a pilot. He had like a tiny little plane.
That microphone
almost died in
sucks.
5 times. Yeah. But it was just like
He's talking about his airplane,
and then just like one engine with like a bah. And he's like, well, we're fine. It's like what everyone dies on.
Sure.
So he had got this huge case. Now before this, he never made a lot of money, and he had this law firm, and they just were sucking from. He was a very hard worker, but he would go on vacation for months, and the law firm would lose money. So he just was always frustrated. So then this big airplane crash happened. Ron
here.
Brown. It was like
Ron Brown.
Croatia
Cha-ching. Let's
crash.
go.
I mean, yeah. Whenever the plane crash was like, so a bunch of multimillionaires on the plane. The way it works is if
An airliner or
it was a private plane. It was a kind of a famous crash because Ron Brown was on it. He was like the Secretary of Treasury or something, and there was just like 8 multimillionaire. I mean, there's more than that.
I hate
rich
skate
people.
decks on
And
walls.
So if a plane
Makes me
we find
fucking
out-
sick. Every barbershop in the fucking world has a skateboard deck on the fucking wall.
You know who else does that?
Tim Pool.
Yes.
Fucking right in the pussy.
Hate that guy.
Fault. Then there's someone to sue, and it was like the maps were out of date. My dad found out the maps were out of date. There was like a reason why they crashed, and it was someone's fault. So then what happens is you go, okay, how much would this person have made if they survived? Because they should have survived. They shouldn't have died. So then the first wife got $19 million, and then the lawyer gets a third of that. But my dad got the brain tumor like way early.
So his dad dies shortly after this.
And so he had to split
After I don't understand what the fuck he's talking about. He got a brain tumor and then he died in a plane crash.
No, his dad didn't die. He was the guy that was supposed to investigate all this stuff.
Yeah.
And he was like the guy that like got all these people money. He was like a lawyer. He would investigate airplane crashes. And this was like his big break. But then he died like shortly afterwards. But the big plane crash that he was investigating was the one with Ron Brown, the guy that was supposed to testify against Bill Clinton shortly, but he never got to testify because he died in an airplane accident. It's always there's always these convenient Clinton deaths. Like I know we talked about this before, but it was just like these it's the perfect amount. Like the people that die, they die at the perfect time to keep them out of jail. Like the people that knew about all the Hillary scandals and all the Vincent Foster and like this guy Ron Brown is just like, it's crazy how many of these people died. And it was so bizarre because I remember my wife was like, she's like, have you listened to the Kyle Dunnigan episode on Are You Garbage? And I was like, no, I don't. I mean, I don't listen to the show. And she's like, you gotta listen. This is fucking crazy. It's like right down your like this is right down your alley. And then when he started, she's like, listen to this part. Like we were driving the car. I was like, what? Kyle Dunnigan. What are the odds that his dad was involved with this? He was kind of connected to all this, and there's more to this. It's interesting. Yeah.
I'm going through the alleged victims, according to that's what Wikipedia calls them.
Yeah. There's a lot of them. There's so many people that died, and like the most shocking ones are like the ones where they would get the bullet in the back of their ear, which we never fully finished that whole Clinton series, unfortunately. But maybe I'll do that on Comment Explains. That would be the end of it. The Clintons tried to kill this show, wouldn't let them.
Let's see.
Let me see what are they saying in the chats.
So it looks like we have one plane crash. Okay, there's the kids on the tracks.
Kids on the tracks.
But that was Billy Jack Haynes.
Of course, Billy Jack Haynes. But who paid Billy Jack Haynes?
Shit. Somebody committed suicide by cyanide poisoning.
And then what's his name that put that shot himself in the chest twice?
Kerry Von Erich.
Not the wrestler, damn it.
Yeah, he shot himself in the chest.
Yeah.
Was that a Clinton kill?
No,
as well.
The
Von Erichs.
Yeah, the Von Erich. He took him out.
The original.
Took out the whole family.
Clinton
basically.
Body count. That's how it started. Let's see.
Hey, Chad, who was the guy that hung himself from that tree? It's one of the is it Mark Rich? Was it Mark Rich? Fuck was the name of the guy that it was? It's one of the most recent Clinton kills.
Robert entered the store and shot
Clinton.
Somebody. Sean attempted
list. So Clinton kill list.
One guy that was at a Starbucks. Somebody tried to rob the Starbucks, and then I guess the guy tried to like fight the gun away from the guy, and then the guy killed. Well, that guy got killed because he tried to grab
that on the episode.
somebody's gun, and then he got shot. That's how he got shot.
Let's see what is it?
Let's see, a suicide.
Dang, I cannot find it. I don't remember. Oh, then you got to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. Jeffrey Epstein's also in there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's a lot in there. I know someone in the chats.
Someone mentioned
Mark Middleton. Mark Middleton. Thanks for frightening me. Jesus Christ.
I said it first.
Thanks for frightening me.
Here you go. Kobe Bryant.
Kobe Bryant. What did he know?
Los Angeles Lakers basketballer Kobe Bryant was killed in a helicopter crash alongside 8 others. Members of the QAnon movement claimed that the crash had been engineered. Don't you love how QAnon's a movement but Antifa isn't?
Yeah.
QAnon movement claimed that the crash had been engineered to kill Bryant in order to prevent him from exposing financial misconduct by the Clintons. How would he know that?
No way.
The guy plays basketball.
QAnon's fucking retarded. Like I can't get around to QAnon. It's insane. Imagine Kobe is like the guy that exposes the Clintons. Like if there's more evidence, please send it to me. Just send it to my Instagram at @con_men_media. That's what we're going as now.
Yeah, I don't understand how. You know what? Here's something crazy. I think they're all coincidences.
Boys, ready for your cock meat sandwich?
Womb Raider, you got to it before I could. So he says JFK Jr. 2, then Hillary got New York Senate. So I wanted to get into this whole JFK. Since we're talking about QAnon, and this is how we'll close out the show. I know it's getting a little late. So this whole Trump shooting, apparently this guy, what the fuck was his name? Vincent Fusca, who's supposed to be JFK Jr., was the guy that's wearing the hat. If you watch the shooting of Donald Trump, he's there standing there. He has that black hat. He's the guy. He's running for office right now. But what a lot of QAnon people think is this guy is actually JFK Jr. Let me see if I can pull up a good picture of him, because I have so many tabs open. Every tab I open up, it's fucking. Oh, it's the. I'm glad. I hope you're not on my screen. I just had the DuckTales by Red Bar, which we cannot play. Let me see. Vincent Fusca, JFK Jr. I must exit out of it. So a lot of people in this whole QAnon thing, they think this guy is. So if you switch over to me, this is what they think. These two guys are the same fucking guy. They look nothing alike, by the way. Like, look at his nose.
Why do they think these are the same guys?
I guess they think he looks similar. But like, does he look?
Looking similar to somebody doesn't mean you're somebody.
Man, it's just
also, who is this guy? Why would he be him?
I guess 'cause he's close to Trump, and he's supposed to be. Someone's got to explain QAnon better to me. Because every time I hear about it, even in people in the conspiracy, like even on the Reddits and all that, they think QAnon's fucking insane. It's like a big psyop, and I don't understand why JFK Jr. is going to save the world. He's going to expose the deep state. That's what they're saying about him, because he's the Q clearance. But like, why have JFK Jr. have the Q clearance?
Has anybody spoke to JFK Jr. about this, or RFK Jr. rather?
Oh, that'd be. I would if he came on the show. That's what I would say. Like, so this guy Vincent Fusca. What is that?
You know, where's Jack Jr.?
Yeah, is that your nephew?
Where's Jack Jr.?
Where's Jack Jr.? Tell us. Is he really dead? Did he die in that? What did he die in an airplane accident?
Robert. Where's Jack Jr.? Where's Jack Jr.?
That's all you say. Look at me, in my eyes.
Jack.
My eyes. My eyes.
Jack
okay.
Jr.
You see me right here? Jack Jr. Where is he? Is he Q? Where's Q? Tell me about Q.
Blink if he is. Blink one time if he is.
Yeah.
You boys ready for your cock meat sandwich?
Yeah.
Walk away and discuss if you don't believe me.
I don't think that's JFK Jr. I think JFK Jr. died in a plane. Okay, you know what? If people can die from the Clintons in a fucking plane crash, how come JFK Jr. can't just die in a plane crash?
Yeah. Planes used to crash more frequently 20 years ago.
Planes crash.
Yeah.
Helicopters crash.
Yeah.
Puppies grow old and die, okay?
Yeah. Frightening Me says, QAnon was an effective psyop because it had a ton of truth in it. Yeah, like they're talking about like the pedophile rings and stuff like that. I think it was supposed to lure in conspiracy people, and then what they wanted to do, because of course in the conspiracy community there's a bunch of fucking nut jobs, there's a bunch of schizophrenic people, but there's also very smart people in that community. So like you have a little mixture of that, but what they want to do is they want to expose those schizophrenic
Good
nut
people
job
on both
people.
sides, yeah.
Both the good people on both sides, good people. But the QAnon one was to be like, oh, everyone that goes to a certain Reddit or they go to 8chan, those people are actually terrorists, and they want to murder everyone that's in the Senate. Like that's what they wanted to do. They wanted to make people like me into these QAnon people. I've never been a QAnon guy, so but that's why we'll have videos like this.
And if you are,
yeah,
God bless you. That's
Yeah.
all I gotta say.
if you believe in QAnon, that's fine. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I just don't think you're right. I think you're wrong. I think you're a liar. And I think I think you're believing in some dumb stuff. It's kind of like the flat earth stuff. Like people send me flat earth stuff all the time, and God bless you guys. Some of these people, you're great people, but I'm always like, who cares? I can't get into flat earth. It's just like every time I start watching flat earth stuff, it's just like, I'm like, what the fuck?
Fix your shit.
Yeah. I'm just like, if it's flat, yeah. But what happens if we find out it's flat? We're just gonna be, what does it change? It doesn't change really anything. And this is really what I'm saying is very controversial. It's like me saying the N-word. But if I just don't. I'm just not into the flat Earth thing. It doesn't interest me. I'd rather learn about like fake assassinations or mind control stuff, like stuff that the government actually does have, and that you can actually find like documents and stuff like that. Like it's almost like a true crime thing, but like flat Earth is it's more like Lord of the Rings. Like you it's like fantasy. You're just like, it's not really my thing. That's your guys' thing. And every time when I talk to these guys, and we're in a group chat or a group text, and we're talking about cool stuff, and then all of a sudden it just turns into flat Earth stuff. I'm just
Someone
like,
starts talking about their fucking how cool their girlfriend is, and that's the equivalent.
yeah, they're like, you never met her. She went to a different school.
She can hang with the guys. Believe me, she's hilarious.
Yeah.
My girlfriend's the funniest person I know.
And then she brings them around.
Tell me, because in case people, for the uninitiated, Sean's the quote unquote expert on the show, and I just live here, so it's
Yeah.
Tell me what all the serious conspiracy people that you talk to, what are they like?
Oh,
when they speak, they nod very deeply. When they, and they say right after everything.
See, this is my issue. Okay,
clean kill count, right?
They don't talk.
So we know that it's been well documented, right? They say things like it's been well documented, right? People know this, but it's been hidden, right? They talk like that.
So this is
what do they say? Tell me. This is certain topics that they talk about.
All
and then I'll respond.
You want to hear my issue with some of the people in the conspiracy community is?
Yes.
We're live on this, and this might offend some people, but when you refer to what we're doing here and what you're doing when you're interviewing Flat Earth Bob or whatever the fuck, you're like, we're in the truth movement. What? The truth movement? You're taking yourself way too fucking serious.
It's a movement.
We're doing this isn't a movement, guys. Like, come on.
Because it's mind-boggling to you, yeah.
As soon as you start taking yourself that fucking serious, it's like it makes what we're doing like it's
The
the
question
shit that
is,
we make
where
fun of.
are you moving to? Because movement suggests a purpose, a focus, a singular point that everyone's moving towards. What exactly is that? And
I don't know. They're trying to expose how the real world is, but. And I love conspiracies, and some of the people I love the people in the community, but a lot of them are fucking cringe. You just like, shut up. What are you talking about? The truth movement? Shut the fuck up. Like you're not as smart.
When has the truth fixed anything?
Yeah.
To be honest,
I've heard
lies are awesome.
And I've said alternative history, which is I think alternative history is closer to what we talk about than the truth movement. What the fuck? That is as cringe as anything you can ever fucking say.
Here you go. This is something very exciting since we did that exciting celebrities who should die 10 list a few episodes
let's
ago.
get into that.
Let's talk about what would, in your estimation, what would you say are top 10 conspiracies that people are just like, look, this is the hill I'm willing to die on. This is 100% fact. I'll bet my house on it.
That I think, or what other people think?
What would you say is the most popular out there in terms of like people who are actually into this?
Oh, because
like, what are they like? People like if you took like 10 random conspiracy theory podcaster people, and then you all just you're just like, okay, if you can all just agree on one thing that everyone in this room is like, that's obviously true. Like, what would you say is like the top 10 shit?
Oh, I mean, the Jeffrey Epstein one is like how everyone gets into it. That's how that's like the first thing, or like the moon landing.
Not when you're old like me. It's 9/11. That's how everyone got into it.
So there's like certain things. Everyone has a different thing that got him into it, where quote unquote black pilled, or there's got to be like a cringy truth movement one, but 9/11. That's what got me into it. That's when I started tipping my kind of putting my toe in the water.
Oh, it was so much fun.
Yeah, 9/11 theories. I know a lot of older guys will say like the war on drugs. Moon landing is classic. Everyone like loves talking about moon landing. That one's big.
Yeah.
What else? You got Jeffrey Epstein. You got lizard people. Like when you read all the stuff from David Icke.
Lizard people, why are you gay?
Yeah, yeah, lizard people, why are you gay?
Lizard person.
David Icke. I think that was the first time I ever heard about conspiracies. Was from David Icke, like Children of the Animatrix, where he was talking about the different aliens. I love that stuff. It was so good.
David Icke's like professionally shot live stuff is great.
He's a legend. He's a fucking legend.
Yeah, if you ever, I don't know if I imagine he's still doing shit, but if you ever look up some of his like live shows, they're psychotically long. They're like 6 hours.
I love that shit.
We should go to one.
When does he do them? I know when I first moved here.
Let me look it up.
He
I'm
had
gonna
a
see
thing.
if he's doing anything right now, like this year. I'm sure he needs to make up for lost time after COVID.
Well, there's some.
Let's see. Does David Icke have like a proper what? Ooh, DavidIcke.com. Let's see.
Yeah. Yeah. So like when I first moved out here, that was like one of the first things. There was like it was like the convention center. There was like David Icke. I was like, holy shit, fucking awesome.
He's doing a show with somebody named Jamie Icke. I don't know who that is.
I think that's one of his kids. Like his kids do it.
Does he have like a hot daughter or something? I don't know if that's a girl or not.
Well, he might have a hot daughter because he was like a soccer player. So he's like a pro, like he's an athlete. So he was banging hot chicks.
Okay, he's actually doing a shitload of shows, but they're all in England.
Yeah, he might not be allowed to come here. Like I think he's banned from I know he's banned from like Australia, like New Zealand, like the gayest countries.
He's banned from Australia, just like Tenacious D.
Yeah. I know you want to do some of your Tenacious D stuff before we get out of here.
Look, Tenacious D are unreliable people.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I'm actually going to take Tenacious D's side on this.
Okay.
In so far as people shouldn't take them seriously. Not that you shouldn't take them seriously because they're like funny guys who do funny. No, they're drug addicts.
Yeah.
They're old, crusty drug addicts. This has been well documented. You can look up any one of their names and put drug addict, and then you'll just hear all these years of doing cocaine. And actually, I think Kyle Gass is probably the saddest and most pathetic of the two.
Yeah.
Because, and this is, you can look this up for yourself. I'm not making this up. But there was this story that I think Jack Black told a publication where he told them that he was worried about Kyle Gass's drug consumption. They were like about ready to get on stage at some show, and he was like, Kyle, I'm really worried about you, man. And then basically in the article you find out that Kyle Gass was addicted to, you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Oh no.
He was addicted to marijuana.
Oh no, he's addicted to the marijuana?
And not just marijuana, he was also addicted to caffeine.
Oh no. I was hoping you would say to painkillers or
No. So you know what Jack Black did? Just in a fit of panic, he took his friend, his bandmate, his life partner, and put him on a private jet and sent him to rehab.
Yeah, it's like
that was his actual reaction to his consumption. A musician.
Yeah, this is Saved by the Bell. This is an episode of Saved by the Bell. Remember
to marijuana and caffeine.
What was
so imagine the situation that would have to take place.
You're addicted to marijuana? You ever suck dick for marijuana?
For two grown millionaire men to actually have this conversation and follow through with it. So nobody. First of all, you shouldn't get mad at
Kyle Gass looks like
you shouldn't get mad at Tenacious D because you shouldn't take them seriously. These guys are like Snoop Dogg. Okay, no one takes Snoop Dogg seriously. No. If you ever took Snoop Dogg seriously, maybe you smoke too much weed. That's
I guarantee you I could beat up Snoop Dogg. I bet you I could beat up Snoop Dogg.
Probably.
I don't think he can fight. I don't care where he's from. I bet you he can't fight.
But
I say no guns.
I'm like, if your whole thing is like, I'm weed guy, like, and then you start talking about politics, like, you don't know what you're
like. No, you're the weed guy.
Like, yeah, like no one. And here's the thing: it's like you can talk about politics and be like silly weed old guys, but it's like if you actually get mad at them, then it's like you're as stupid as they are.
It's all made up. I bet you Kyle. You know what it was? I bet you Kyle.
Weed.
Kyle Gass was addicted to porn. He looks like a guy that would be addicted to porn, 100%. And they didn't want to say
he had one of those like portable DVD players attached to the backside of his acoustic guitar, and during the show he would watch porn while he was playing.
The way he'd find out, like by
and he'd jerk off behind his stack of speakers.
Jack Black would be like, "Hey, shake my hand," and he would shake his hand. He'd be like,
"You can't jerk
look
off
how crusty his hands are." I fucking told you, you gotta quit this. No more edging.
His
no more
hand
gooning.
Looks like a Chianti bottle at an Italian restaurant that's had thousands of candles burned over it. That's what it looks like.
God damn it! Your hands are flaking everywhere. There's flakes of your hand.
Tenacious D falls into the Green Day, Bruce Springsteen category of like people who are just like, Donald Trump is terrible, and I'm going to move to Canada, or I'm going to move to England. It's like, no, you're not.
Kyle Gass,
I lost track of how many days it's been since Billy Joe spells his name like a girl. Billy Joe was supposed to move to England because
Wait, did he spell with the IE?
Yeah.
No way, I didn't know that.
Because of the overturn of Roe v. Wade. He's just like, America sucks and I'm moving to England.
Where can I murder my own
And he
kids?
still hasn't done it. Bruce Springsteen, Mr. New Jersey, says if Trump wins, he's going to fucking move to Canada, which is like, oh, wow, you're going to move fucking like 100 miles north of where you live now.
Ooh, man, you're so brave.
Ooh. It's like moving from like San Jose to Sacramento. It's like,
And
ooh.
also, he's like loaded with money.
That's like moving halfway between here and Dallas. It's like, oh.
I live in Waco.
Yes.
You could just buy a place. Like he owns multiple houses. He could say like, yeah, I did move to Canada, but I also live in
It's like,
New
no,
Jersey.
you bought a house. You bought like one of Neil Young's houses or
Yeah.
something. And it's like, that's not really moving. That's just acquiring land
Yeah.
to do whatever it is, he does.
These guys should just.
Bruce Springsteen is definitely on the Epstein client list.
Oh, man. How would we. And we talked about this.
Probably. I mean, allegedly.
If we were to murder them, how would we do it?
Bruce
Not us. I'm saying someone else. How should they?
Hypothetically speaking, if somebody
don't murder him, but maybe
a grudge against Bruce Springsteen,
yeah,
how do I think this imaginary made-up person would carry out this totally not going to happen, unreal, theoretical murder?
Introduce him to a hot gay man that is full of AIDS. Like he has so much AIDS.
Yeah.
That it's like it's deadly.
Like PrEP doesn't work on him.
Yeah. It's like super AIDS.
And that'll kill him. Just like his AIDS is so strong, he just meets him. He's like, Mr. Springsteen, nice to meet you, and just shaking his hand.
Yeah.
Because his hand looks like a Chianti bottle covered in
the next day
AIDS.
he's like coughing. He's like, oh, man, it's like when what's her name on
It's like
Breaking
an
Bad.
outbreak.
It's like when what's her name on Breaking Bad when she got ricin poisoning. He's like,
okay.
you feel sick, don't you? He's like, yeah. He's like, oh, well, I gave you AIDS poisoning.
Oh,
so you'll be dead in 3 days.
That makes sense.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
AIDS poisoning.
So Bruce Springsteen would be AIDS poisoning.
The AIDS gun. We could use the AIDS gun. That might be better.
AIDS gun.
Yeah, shoot him with the AIDS gun.
Which no one can get mad at because AIDS gun isn't real. So, but it's theoretically
that would be great.
It's possible.
Yeah,
you can have like a dart gun. You can have a dart gun, but if you had one with AIDS, that's what you're saying.
Mm-hmm. AIDS gun.
AIDS gun. So a very slow.
Just,
or he would just live and he'd just have to take PrEP as a 74-year-old man
every day. It's like Ozempic.
That's got to be exhausting.
It's like, oh man, I got to take my AIDS thing again.
Mm-hmm.
Got to take my AIDS pills. But he's probably used to taking all these pills anyway.
Yeah, I would say he's sleeping in his tour bus.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't sleep in a tour bus, but let's say he did sleep in his tour bus, and Dave Matthews Band pulls up next to his bus, and then they empty their shitter through the window of his tour bus, and he drowns in Dave Matthews Band shit. That's how Bruce Springsteen dies.
Oh man, I think that's how Billy Joe should die.
Just fill up Green Day's tour bus with
green shit
with Dave Matthews Band's poop. You'll drown in the poop of Victor Wooten.
Yeah, I would assume that Green Day doesn't do drugs like cool bands do.
Oh, they do.
Oh, they
Trust
do?
me. I've heard stories from people in the Bay Area.
Oh, okay.
Apparently, their drummer is a problem.
Oh, okay.
He's a big problem. Very Me Too-y prone.
Really?
I heard their bass player is cool.
Okay. It's just the lead singer. He's like,
I hear he's
I'm
just
moving.
He's just whiny. He's just I will move to another mansion on the other side of the world.
Canada.
If Roe v. Wade. Stop it.
The way he said "fuck America," it was just like
it's like you still live in California
Yeah.
where you can still get abortion.
Like you can
So stop
literally
being stupid. Also,
you have kids that can get raped by the teachers and they don't have to tell you home anyway, right?
maybe that's why he wants to move to England.
Yeah. No, he's like California's great.
There's rape gangs.
Yeah.
So my kids will have to run to school.
Yeah. That's why Elon Musk is moving here. We're not moving here. He's
Because of
moving.
the rape gangs, the Austin rape gangs.
Yeah. Well, he basically said that. He was like, He's like,
that's basically what he said.
Yeah, he's like, I'm moving Tesla. No, I'm moving X and I'm moving SpaceX to Austin because to get away from all the rape gangs from LA. And you're like, well, there's a lot here. You drive over there in Red River.
Red River.
Red River, 6th Street.
Anyone else? Theoretically die?
No.
Just Bruce Springsteen?
Hold on. What, let me see if I have a list somewhere. I don't want to do the Eminem one. I think we've gone on for too long.
I want Dave Matthews Band to go to an all-you-can-eat peanut M&M eating contest and then shit in their tour bus shitter and then pump that peanut shit into... Who are we talking about again?
Billy Joe from Green Day or Eminem?
Eminem's bus and drown him in Dave Matthews Band peanut M&M shit.
It would be fun if he had a peanut allergy. Imagine dying that way with peanut shit.
You get Dave Matthews peanut shit in your face and you go into anaphylactic shock.
Why is he shitting so much? This is so fucking weird.
All the colors of the rainbow.
Yeah, Dave Matthews is just weaponizing his shit. He's like the CIA calls him up. He's like, hey, Dave Matthews. Oh, you want me to do the thing?
They're all Clinton body count.
Okay.
Number 72. Activate. And then he just throws peanut shit into somebody's face.
He's a Manchurian candidate. He just hears a certain word. He's like, oh, man, my fucking stomach. Oh.
He's just eating payday bars and waiting in the shadows.
Okay.
See, wasn't that fun?
Oh, that was fun. It's a good way to end it.
Fun to talk about silly things?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
I don't. If you guys want to submit some quick questions, or we could just get out of here.
Yeah, if you guys have questions, do it now. Submit your questions now about anything, any topic, any conspiracy, any movie, any TV show.
Because we'll be here. You guys have about 1 minute left? Because I gotta head home. My kids are still awake.
They're awake, hungry, waiting.
They're just waiting for food.
Lights are out.
I have a podcast to do. You stay awake. You wait till I get home.
You will watch Daddy's podcast.
Yeah. Put it on.
You will comment.
Yeah. go on YouTube.
Your kid's name is Womb Raider and Finding Me. Just two crying children.
Go to sleep. No, there's no food coming. Turn off Blippi. This is what you're watching. It's just that's funny because
you want to eat, swallow your pride.
My daughter, she like whenever I'm editing videos at home, she knows. She's like, "That's Adam."
Yeah.
Yeah, and then she Red Bar. I'll be watching Red Bar. She's like, "That Web Bar." Are you watching Web Bar? So yeah, I make sure she doesn't hear the stuff he says. So I have to like all right, get the fuck out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to hear you saying Wed Bar anymore. Yeah. I think we should just cut it right there. I haven't eaten today.
A little indigestion.
Yeah. But yeah. So you want to promote anything before we get out of here?
No.
Okay. Nothing from Adam. You can comment explains. I've been working on this episode forever, it feels like. So that's being worked on. I'm hoping to get that one out very soon. It's going to be Operation Fast and Furious. And that one should be out soon. Instagram, go to con_men_media. You can find me on Twitter, Comment Podcast 1. Right now, I have 3 more days, and then my account won't be locked anymore. So pray for Joe Biden. Hopefully he doesn't die, because I said I want him to die with dignity. If he dies, I hope he doesn't die with dignity. Maybe that's better for Twitter.
Yeah, maybe that's why you got dinged.
Yeah, maybe they're like, no, you have to wish death on Joe Biden. And I was like, I don't want to. He's an old man. But then I'm like, oh well, he was always a bad guy. So maybe he should die with death of shit from Dave Matthews Band. The shit gun.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you guys later.
Okay,
See
bye-bye.
ya.